Okay, y'all, here we are. Welcome to my channel. This is Dosha with DoshaDreamsTarot, and this is a reading for whoever needs to hear it, okay? I'm just feeling inspired to do a reading real quick, so we're going to strike the iron while the iron is hot, okay? Alright. Alright, y'all, keep in mind that roles can be reversed, energy's fluid, right? So if, part of the reading resonates with you and the other doesn't, it doesn't mean it's not your message. There's just... feel free to cherry pick, honestly, because this is a channeled message, and so I might get a little bit for somebody, a little bit for someone else, right? So, gender is also fluid, y'all, so don't get attached to gender. I attempt to use gender-neutral language as much as possible in these readings to make them more accessible to folks, and also so that people can imagine themselves in whatever role resonates most without gender being like a hindrance, right? But if I do feel a strong energy coming through, or a specific gender coming through, then I will call that energy just because I do have to channel what I'm getting, okay? And sometimes that does come through. So, just keep that in mind. Take it at a surface level. Place yourself where you fit, okay? All right, y'all. Thanks so much for being here. Honestly, I'm really grateful for you guys. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or a new subscriber, thank you. I really appreciate y'all. And if you can't see me smiling, I sure hope you can hear it. Because I love it. It keeps bringing me back to the table. So anyway, just want to thank you guys again. And let's go ahead and get into the reading. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for your divine messages and guidance. We are deeply grateful. And we know we couldn't do this without you. Would you please help guide, okay, we'll take them. Would you please help guide the collective for their highest good, whoever needs to hear this message, Spirit, whatever message is trying to come through that made me want to sit down at the table here today. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? We'll just get some cards out and then we'll see what the energy's like. Anything else? Okay. Okay. Well, that seems like enough to work through. We've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Very interesting energy so far. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. Okay, so when these messages come through, it is for whoever needs to hear it. So sometimes people need encouragement. Sometimes people need to talk about some tough stuff. Sometimes people need to be told they're doing a great job. You know what I mean, right? So it's all over the map as far as what comes through here. So, this looks like it may be a little bit of a tough reading, okay? I'm not going to lie. But there's always light at the end of the tunnel, y'all. And there's always, like a silver lining, a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, all that sort of thing. In order to get a rainbow, you need rain, right? Okay, so just please bear with it, okay? And we'll just get through this together, okay? We'll see what else comes out. But the first card that's standing out to me the most, okay, is the Three of Swords. Now, who hasn't experienced some form of heartache, pain, disappointment, heartbreak, a lot of things can break your heart, y'all. It's not just about romance, okay? And that's something that I like to touch on when I do these readings, and if a Three of Swords comes through, because I really want you guys to validate yourselves, okay, for any pain that you may feel, any heartache that you may feel, if things have broken your heart that just have absolutely nothing to do with romance, I want you to be able to acknowledge that heartbreak. I want you to be able to acknowledge the pain that you feel for whatever the cause, okay? And to be able to really get in touch with yourself, okay? And some of you might have been trying to, in a way, run away from it, okay? That's something that I'm getting here. But it definitely can be impacting your life right now, and I think that you're actually starting to gain clarity. Okay, this is kind of why it's coming through that way, y'all, where I'm like explaining all the ways that you can be heartbroken, because grief is a really, really important aspect of life that I think doesn't nearly get enough energy from us, right? And in general. And I feel that the way that we deal with loss and grief and acknowledging that in our culture, right? And I will say in Western culture here in like North America, and I know Canada, and like there's other cultures, okay, in other countries that are the same way. In that I feel like we really don't put enough emphasis on the importance of grief and the importance of acknowledging loss and endings, and we can grieve the ending of a dream, okay? We can grieve the ending of a cycle of ourselves, right? We can grieve the end of our innocence, right? And grieve the, you know, the loss of who we thought we could be, right? And realizing we can't be that anymore, okay? Or something like that, right? Where it's like, I had dreams of, you know, doing this when I was younger, and now I realize that that's really just not in the cards for me, okay? And for whatever reason, it could be decisions you've made, it could be things that have happened to you guys. You can suffer an injury that leaves you with impaired mobility, and that is a heartbreak. That is a grief. That is a loss, right? Of who you thought you could be. Like, I'm starting to tear up right now. I feel like this, oh, I hope that this isn't hitting home for y'all, because I hope it is, but at the same time, I'm like, that's heartbreaking to me, this energy that I'm feeling, because it's like, I feel so fucking privileged, y'all. Like, I really need to remember that, and I think we all need to remember to love our bodies, no matter what state they're in, and especially if we have full mobility, to love our bodies and stop telling ourselves that we're not good enough because we don't look a certain way. It's like, I just don't think we have any fucking idea what it's like to lose your mobility, or to be, you know, to lose the ability to do something, right? I mean, it just literally breaks my heart right now. I'm literally crying. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but like, I just feel really, like, this is almost like hitting me in a way that's kind of like making me realize how ignorant I am to this kind of pain. Wow, I'm sorry. This could have impacted your finances. This could have impacted your, you know, your future, right? Your ability to prosper, okay? This is for some of you guys, okay? And I'm sorry that is so intense to me, but we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. That might not resonate for all of you, but I hope that at least provided some insight, right? That's important as well, okay? Into somebody else's pain, someone else's world, right? Queen of Pentacles in reverse, as well as the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Whatever this heartache was, this loss, okay? And this is, like I said, this is not to devalidate anyone who is dealing with a breakup, or, you know, some type of heartache that was romance involved, and it, you know what I mean, is impacting your ability to, you know, be prosperous as well, because depression is very real, grief is very real, okay? And like I said, you can grieve a lot of things, okay? That just came through really powerfully, and it really just gave me perspective that I feel like really grateful for. And I'm so sorry to people who are struggling with that, because that's just breaks my heart. You know what I mean? I can only imagine from where I'm sitting, and I just am really, yeah, I'm just sorry that you have to carry that, and I hope that you have support, and that you have other people who are experiencing the same thing to talk to, like support groups, because I feel like you deserve to be understood. And that might be something that some of y'all are feeling, is like not feeling understood. And I feel like that's part of the reason why it's coming through so powerfully right now, is because it's like, I feel like I'm understanding it for, like, you know, like I've thought about this before, but it's like, I feel like I'm really feeling you guys right now. And so I'm just really, yeah, I'm sorry, you know, that's all I had to say, you know. I just feel like that's really tough, okay, for whoever this reading is for. That's just, yeah, you're beautiful inside and out. Because I just feel like you understand something that a lot of people don't. And that's just really special. And it makes me really sad, and there's nothing else to say besides that some things can't be changed or explained. They just have to be carried and experienced, and that's just is what it is. And so in solidarity with that, you know what I mean, I just want you to know that, like, if just in this moment that I can carry a little bit of it with you, right? Anyway, God, I'm sorry, guys. So you also have the Three of Wands in reverse, which shows me that this is talking about your, like I said, your enterprises, your ability to reach out into the world and do things, right? But But what I'm seeing here also is, like I said, some of you may have been trying to run away from it with the Chariot card, but this can also talk about moving forward regardless, right? You know, this is actually really cute. Okay, guys, I just had a little thing come through in regards to what I was just channeling with the impaired mobility, is that with the Chariot card, it's almost like you can find ways to have your mobility supported here, right? And if that means that you're in a position where maybe you haven't been able to afford, you know what I mean? Say like just an electric scooter to get around, you know? And so maybe you might be able to access that, right? Maybe it could even be you don't have a vehicle right now. That's impaired mobility. I mean, on some level, it's definitely not the same, but I just mean, you know, to a certain regard, it's like, that does impair your ability to make money and move through the world too. So that would make sense. So I'm seeing that above the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is about celebration and connection with others, okay? And this card can sometimes mean third-party situations, especially with a heartbreak, but I'm really not getting that for this card because of the way that it's coming out. It's possible that maybe, okay, so third parties can also be more than people, right? That a third party can be, a third party can actually be how do I put this? Another factor, like a contributing factor, or some type of outside influence, which could be, you know, multiple different facets of your life, right? Where it could be a job, it could be school, it could be, you know what I mean? Somebody has children and that's a contributing factor, or you know, how do I say that? Not contributing factor, but it is a factor in the situation, right? So that's quite possible. This could actually even be what's motivating you to continue to move forward, right? This could actually be talking about a third party, as in like there's other people who are dependent on you, or there's things that you want to accomplish that you can still accomplish, right? Like school, like what if you're trying to, you know, because you can work from home, you can go to school from home, and if anything, that pandemic has showed us that, you know, you can, it even, this is so cute, I'm sorry, these funny things are coming through, but it's like, if y'all, you know what I mean, are struggling with the things that I mentioned, it's like, you probably already figured this out, and so I'm definitely light years behind you guys as far as figuring out how to, you know what I mean, navigate the world, you know what I mean, but getting things delivered, I'm even getting, is that you can have things delivered to you, you know, and just changing your mindset in a way, I'm getting, to be able to make things come to you, you know, which is really cool, because you're getting the Death card, and the Death card really is talking about transformation, and in this place, it's almost like you're gaining some kind of clarity with this Ace of Swords. You're gaining some kind of clarity, and that I feel like is changing things for you, because you may be realizing, okay, so to wrap back in, you know, a little bit and bring full circle, this concept before about you potentially running away from your pain surrounding this situation, right? That it's almost like you're acknowledging, oh, I'm getting that you could even be coping, okay, with this Three of Cups. If that resonates with you, that you do feel like you are running away from your pain, this Three of Cups thing might mean that you may be drinking to kind of help you not feel so much of this pain, right? Because you're feeling really, I feel like you're feeling really discouraged, okay? And really pessimistic about your stability, your opportunities for the future, long-term opportunities, long-term investments. I'm getting some kind of like family legacy thing, because I'm almost seeing like in some of these pentacles, they're almost looking kind of like Celtic symbols. I don't know if you kind of can see that. They're the one that my finger's on. They look a little bit like Celtic symbols to me for some reason. And I've never really seen them like that before, but they're kind of looking like four-leaf clovers, like a kind of what would a Celtic symbol of a four-leaf clover almost. That's what I'm seeing. And so it's kind of like you feel like you have something to uphold almost. And with this Three of Cups, like I said, there might be people depending on you. It might actually be that people have expectations of you, or had high expectations of you, to like take over the family business or continue in the footsteps of another person, or because I'm kind of getting that here. And so you're feeling like you've disappointed. Like, okay, I'm getting with the Queen of Coins in reverse as well, that you may be not feeling very beautiful. Like you feel like there was some kind of beauty standard, right? That you may feel like you're not living up to now because of whatever happened. And that's making you feel like you don't have any possibilities for the future, because you're feeling like your support system, this could be potentially for some of you guys, that your support system, your family, is like disappointed in you, which is like, how the fuck can you, I'm sorry, I'm just like, that grosses me out, dude. You're disappointed because your child or your family member, right, your sibling, something like that, because your sibling isn't as like beautiful and capable as you wanted or thought they would be. Like, how can you be disappointed in someone for having like something that hinders them, a grief so, are you serious? Like a pain so serious and so intense, so significant, that had such an impact on whoever this reading is for, that it is impairing their ability to be successful now. If there's anybody in your life who's like disappointed in you because of this, oh hell no. They clearly don't understand. They were clearly just living vicariously through you, or using, or thought that somehow your success is tied to their success. And they're disappointed. This is such a fucked up energy. I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me, dude. That is literally so selfish. I'm sorry, y'all. That's the most selfish shit I've ever heard. You can be disappointed that something happened to this person. Because if you're disappointed that happened because they had so much potential, and you're like, God, that's like the worst. Like, I can't believe that was taken from you, right? Like, that is a form of disappointment that's like legitimate. But this person's not disappointed like that. Like, they're like, it's almost like the type of person where that it's like, oh, you have all this potential. It's almost like how student athletes get thrown in the trash after an injury. That's the energy of it. Is it's like the coach was like, yeah, you did have great potential, and I did have high hopes for you, and I thought that you were gonna, like, you know what I mean, go far, but then you got injured, and so it's like, well, now I don't even send you a card. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna give you a phone call, make sure you're doing okay. Oh, I was your star player yesterday, but today I'm just non-existent. I'm just in the trash. That's crazy. I'm just like, that's fucking rough, because you know what, dude? I know that there are people like that. It's almost like with this death card. It's just like, I'm just getting the energy of just like, oh, well, that's over for them. Oh my God. That's fucking terrible. Okay, that might be part of what you're getting clarity about here, y'all. Like, that might be what you're getting clarity about. That, oh my God, dude. That's like a whole nother level of heartbreak to this. That, like, your old friends don't call anymore because they know you can't go out with them. Or, like, you know what I mean? Or, like, people, oh my God, it's almost like how you have lots of friends when you're at the top, but when you hit rock bottom, nobody's there, right? It's almost like that. Like, this could have been a loss of anything, guys. Like I was saying, it doesn't have to be someone who lost their, their mobility. I'm just like, that's fucked up. But because of the way that other people in your life are reacting about it, yeah, that's, I mean, like, it's fucked up in general. Like, it's like adding insult to injury, dude. Damn. And so, y'all, it could have even been a car accident. I'm sorry, I'm just getting that. Oh my God. And so, but okay, the other thing that I'm getting is it could have been, which is just like, still sucks, but it just seems not nearly as horrible now. You know what I mean? Like, it seems almost like, okay, you can recover from that. What the hell? But no, like I said, I want to make sure everyone feels validated here for whatever loss they're experiencing, because this could have been a loss of, like, your entire life savings. This could have been a loss of, you know what I mean? Like, your business. Like, your business went under during, like, COVID or something. Like, this is, like, something, like, this is a significant enough loss to change your life with the Death card. You know what I mean? To change your life. And I think you're just, here's what I'm getting from this, y'all. This reading's just really intense. I hope that, like, I'm here for all of you, and I'm able to navigate this energy gracefully and with kindness and compassion and just conscientiousness of what some of y'all might be feeling right now, because I'm like, it's really, really painful. But the Ace of Swords is coming out to really signify that this is, like, revealing so much to you. Just like this reading is revealing a lot to me right now, it's almost like this is revealing so much to you that you didn't know, like how awful people can be, or who is really there for you, who is really, really gives a shit about you, and the way that people treat you differently now. Like I said, you feel like you've lost something. This is a part of you. This is something that you thought that you could be, that you can't be anymore. And that people aren't going to ever treat you the way they used to treat you. Oh my God. This is just fucking heartbreaking. I just love you guys. I'm sorry. It's just tough. It's just really, really just not okay for anybody to drop you like that. You know what I mean? Okay, I saw the Nine of Cups, so let's get somewhere. All right, y'all, like I said, we're going to work through this together. You know, I'm here for you guys, but, you know, the whole reason why I do these readings is to, you know, like I said, this message is for whoever needs to hear it. And so, obviously, somebody needs to hear this. We're seeing the Chariot again. Okay, so Spirit's wanting me to let you know that this Chariot card is not just about running away, okay? That's something I was getting, but this is also talking about being able to move forward anyway. Being able to move forward regardless. Finding your balance again and your power to move forward. This Three of Cups is talking about connecting with other people also, guys, in celebration, okay? Maybe that's part of the feeling I was getting earlier when I was saying I hope that you guys are connecting with people who have shared experiences, because they're out there. You're definitely not alone. And, like, there's huge, I know there's huge communities of people. You know what I mean? And I feel like you're going to start connecting with your community. The Magician. Yeah, see? Because you have so much power and magic just within yourself. Like, our physical bodies, y'all, like, our physical bodies will disappoint us, will, you know, I feel like not always be the way we want them to be. And when I say that, I mean, like, our bodies will fail us, you know? And I think it's one of the biggest struggles of being, like, a physical being, right, on this planet, is that there is disease and injury and, you know, and old age. Like, we're just going to experience, you know, our physical body, you know, not fully representing us or giving us the same equitable experiences as other people, right? And so I just want to say that your spirit is so much stronger than your body, and your spirit is so much more you than your body, you know, truly. And so I feel like you're starting to gain this clarity, because this is causing you to realize that either, if, like I said, this is all kinds of losses where you're realizing that money will not last. Money can disappear. People can disappear out of your life, right? But at the end of the day, all that you have, even when your body fails you, is your spirit. And of course, spirit out in the ethers, right? Which also does live in our heart too, right? The Star. Yes, y'all. That's literally, this is what the star represents. This is how I interpret the star. It's about your connection with spirit, your divine purpose, right? And your really your divine wish too, for whatever it is that you do want. Because I think you're starting to realize that. You're like, I can still have those things. It was important for me to grieve and for me to acknowledge the way that my life has changed and the way that things will never be the same, and having to let go of whatever you have lost in this situation, and gaining the clarity of realizing like, okay, well, you know what I mean? I actually still the Chariot again. Y'all, I can still move forward. I love you, Spirit. Thank you so much. There's always a moral to the story, y'all. There's always something. Like I said, there's always a silver lining. And it doesn't mean like this happened for a reason. It's like, no, the silver lining is that you're still a powerful, badass creature that can overcome this, you know? And I know it's just so, I'm just like, you need to be acknowledged. Like, you deserve to be understood for this. Like, you really, really deserve that. That's part of the grieving process, like, is being seen, being witnessed in your grief, and people understanding, you know, to the best of their ability. But if there's people who really, truly do understand because they're going through it too, I feel like you should connect with those people. Connect with those people with this Three of Cups. Ooh, wow. Sorry, something just fell. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Three of Pentacles. This is also talking about collaborating with other people. This is cool. You may even, I'm just getting the coolest ideas. You may even be able to start a business based on this. Wow. Okay. I'm going to grab a tissue real quick, but y'all, okay, you may be able to, I'm telling you, that's actually really cool. Okay, if some of y'all have had some kind of life-changing event that has brought you, like I said, you've learned some things you didn't know before after this, okay? And I'm trying to be inclusive for everybody's types of loss right here. And I feel like, no joke, y'all, a lot of times, like, how I've learned about, like, human anatomy and my physical health and everything has really been because my body failed me, you know, and because I got very ill and had to figure out what was going on with my body. It's the same thing with, like, mechanics. Like, you know, I learned the most about fixing cars when my car broke down, you know what I mean? And it's like, a lot of times people create businesses when they discover a problem or something that's missing, something that is an issue that needs to be solved. And so people create a business around it. Like, oh, people need this, then, like, I can provide this. Even information and experience, like, stories are valuable. Like, maybe you even, I mean, it might be too soon for that. I don't know when this happened to you or how far along you are in your grieving process. So just, you know, please be mindful of yourself. But some of you might even be able to, like, write a blog or start, like, a YouTube channel or write a book even, you know? I mean, that's kind of the energy I'm getting here, is that you're going to be able to actually use this to your advantage in some way. I'm getting that. You're coming out stronger somehow. This is such a cool energy, because look at the fist of this person in the Chariot, right? Do you see their fist down there? It's like right here. It's like they're, like, coming out strong. Like, that's the energy that I'm getting here, is you're just like, you're going to integrate this change into your life. You're going to integrate this change and you're going to move forward with it, right? Because it, like I said, it's like you can't, it's just like, as somebody who's trying to, like, comfort someone who may be going through this, it's like, I can't help explain it. You know what I mean? I can't, I'm not going to tell you there's some purpose to it. That's not right. It's just the only thing that can be done now is for it to be carried, you know, and to move forward. And it's like, if I can just help you carry some of that, that's what I can do. You know what I mean? That's anything anybody else can do for you. So it's like, explaining in a way doesn't help. Drinking to cover the pain doesn't help. it's like you're realizing that you're gaining clarity that this change is actually now going to be a part of who you are, and that is going to turn into a beautiful thing. No matter what it is that you lost, right? Because you learn something from it somehow, even if that is like, you know what I mean? You're learning about what other people who've experienced the same thing, what they felt, you know? Just like, I seriously feel like it's just kind of being like, whoosh, poured on me right now. Wow. Okay. So we're going to see if we can pull a couple more cards on this and see what else Spirit wants to say, because this is just a really beautiful reading. I want to make sure that we wrap it up and put a pretty beautiful bow on top. I love you guys. I know it's never all about, you know what I mean, with sunshine. It's just like feeling the feels. Oh my God, the sun just came out with the King of Wands. Okay, wow. So it kind of wanted to land upside down. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at myself because I didn't want to put it upside down. It came out in reverse. Okay, and the King of Wands came out in the upright. So what that's really telling me is that, like, even in the sorrow and the loss, because this is, even like I said, this is like a loss of innocence in a way. You're still going to be able to find your power. You've got the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is about optimism for the future, looking out into the horizon, right? Connecting with the world. That's just awesome. Thank you, Spirit. You're going to realize you have more options than you thought you did with the Seven of Cups. You have more options than you thought you did, and this, you're going to be able to figure this out. The Hanged Man, yeah. I feel like you've gained some kind of clarity. There's some kind of enlightenment that has happened in this time that you've spent in what's the word? I want to say when you're in this gestation period, almost this healing, this grieving, accepting, looking through, and kind of like integrating this new reality for you. I feel like in that time you have gained some kind of clarity. I'm even getting, for some of y'all, that you may have been injured where you had impaired mobility, but it's not permanent. And during the time that you were healing, you were realizing what, oh my God, like what so many people go through where their mobility is impaired indefinitely. And you're just like, wow, I've never been able to not just get up and walk around. You know what I mean? And it's like, this may be part of you realizing that you're getting older. Some of you may have injured yourself in a way you've never injured yourself before, I'm getting, where it's just like you pulled a tendon and you got a sciatica or something, or, you know what I mean, like a pinched nerve, or you sprained your ankle, or you broke a bone even, which, like, I'm really sorry. And I've never broken a bone, so I'm like, which I feel really freaking blessed, you know? I have been seriously injured, but I've never broken a bone, and you know what I mean? So I feel really privileged in a lot of ways right now, y'all, that I'm just like, because I also have, you know, I have a mild body dysmorphia, and I think a lot of folks do, and basically what that means is it's just a fixation on the appearance of your body, where that you compare yourself to others, and you essentially have a lot of body shame and anxiety surrounding what your body looks like. And it can be for like minute flaws that like other people probably don't even notice, and it's way more about how you feel about yourself than the way that you're worried other people see you. That's part of it, because I think that's what builds body dysmorphia, is really just like, what should I look like, and this is how I actually look. And so, you know what I mean, just having problems with that. A lot of people will pursue, like, you know what I mean, hardcore fitness routines, or like plastic surgery also. And so just saying, as somebody with mild body dysmorphia, where that I feel like I try and, you know, change the appearance of my body by, you know, like staying active and doing all this sort of thing. And it's like really you know, has to do with my body dysmorphia. Like, I want to be fit, I want to look good because I don't like the way I look now, right? So it's like that, I think is, and that's just a really vulnerable thing to share with you guys. But the reason why is because it's like, Jesus, I'm like laying all your pain out on the table here, and I'm just saying, as somebody who deals with that, it makes me feel really fucking privileged that that's what I get sad about when I think about my body. Is like, oh, I'm, you know what I mean, I'm a little chubby around the waist, or my arms are a little bigger than I'd like them to be, or something. Seriously, like, that's what I have to complain about. Like, I'm not trying to devalidate my own body dysmorphia right now, but I'm also trying to just say that, like, I'm humbled, okay? That's really what I'm trying to say, y'all. I'm humbled by you guys, and I am honestly, like, I'm gonna cry again. I'm just like, I'm just so, I'm sorry. I'm running out of words. Basically, I love you guys, and I'm sorry that you're suffering with this. And I also am so, like, proud of you guys, and, like, really impressed. And I can just see your inner strength, because it's necessary to survive these things, is to have inner strength. And so the fact that you guys are surviving this, it just shows how much inner power you have, and that's something that I admire 100,000 times more than what somebody looks like, or what they're capable of, or how much money they have. None of that matters, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, and I have to realize that even for myself, you know? And so I'm humbled, and I feel like I just learned something that I didn't really truly know before. Sorry guys, I'm like crying on the cards. God. I don't think I've ever cried so much in a reading. I've definitely cried in readings before now. I'm a crybaby. I really do when I channel and when I'm feeling what you guys are feeling. Yeah, just like I freaking sit around and whine about being an empath, and it's like one of my greatest gifts. I need to stop. But I appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and see if there's any other cards that want to come out, because I'm just really impressed by this. Like, you guys really do have a lot of inner power. What the fuck? That really pisses me off. We got the 5 of Wands. I'm kind of looking at it as like, you realize that, okay, also it's like, okay, here's what I'm getting to. So some of you guys may be very competitive, okay? I'm not gonna lie. This is something I'm getting. It's actually making me, like, kind of giggle a little bit, because I'm like, because I know that probably has played a part in how hard this has been for you, because you're also realizing, like, you are, like, oh, man, that really sucks. I'm really getting that energy, too. It's almost like you feel like, okay, some of you guys, seriously, may have actually been in competitive sports, okay? That's just something that's coming through here. Some of you guys... Wow, I'm even getting that some of you guys, this could have been a conflict that happened, and that's what caused this ending, this heartbreak, this loss, this change, right? This injury, potentially. So I'm getting, for some of you guys, it could have actually been a conflict that happened, and you're learning a lot from that. Like, you're realizing more about, like, people, and that, like, what people are capable of. I'm also getting, like, what things you could have, I'm not saying things you could have done differently, but for some of you guys, yes, right? Like, I think if sometimes, you know, I know whenever I've been injured in conflict, I do think about that conflict again, and I'm like, oh, well, what could have gone differently? You know what I mean? What could have gone differently? And so I'm kind of getting that for some of you guys. I'm also getting, okay, that was one of the first messages I got. I didn't quite finish my thought on it, but for some of you guys, you may be very competitive. And so this is actually a real knock to your ego in a way. And your ego is not always a bad thing too, guys. It's just about whether or not it's balanced. So if your ego is not balanced, or it's bigger than, you know, right, your heart or something, I'm not sure exactly how to put that. But you know that the ego is there to protect you. It's there so that you can face competition and win, you know? Like, I mean, legitimately, because I feel like life is competitive to a certain degree, and if we're not willing to compete at all, then we kind of are just giving up our seat at the table. And that sounds fucked up, guys. Like, I really hope that we elevate to a certain degree to a place where that we don't have to compete for, you know what I mean, for space or compete for, you know, what it is we need, and we can instead like work together, right? But even in working together, there's still some form of power balance, right? Where that it's like, you know, you can't necessarily let, like, say you're, you know, you're experienced at something, right? And so, you know, you're approaching a project with like, you know, a group of people, and there's people there who aren't experienced at all, but because they're being aggressive and bullheaded and stubborn and you know what I mean, and all that sort of thing, and they're competing with you for, you know, who's going to lead the project. It's like you have to be able to stand your ground on that, because you know the best way to go about something. And there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, but if someone doesn't know what they're talking about at all, and the project's not going to work out because of them being that way, then you need to be able to stand your ground and be strong and say, no, I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And I'm not just going to back down from this because you're being aggressive. And if you can be the loudest, then everyone's going to follow you, because it's a bad idea. And here's why: because I know A, B, and C. And this is what, you know what I'm saying? Like, because there's foresight. And if someone hasn't done something before, then they don't quite know. They think they know. A lot of people will be like that in life also. So I'm like, I'm getting that competition is not always a bad thing. But now you're, because of whatever's happened here, you feel like you've kind of been taken out of the competition to a certain extent, okay? Like you're competitive, you're in competitive sports and you get injured and you're not able to compete anymore, right? Like that's, you know what I mean? I feel like really heartbreaking for people who dedicate their lives to this, you know? And it's a big part of their identity, and it's a big part of their dreams, their future, their money, you know? Like a lot of things are tied into competitive sports as a career. And so also on top of that, this is talking about, you know, people who, like with this beauty card, because I don't know why I'm getting that so much with the Queen of Coins in reverse, is feeling like a loss of beauty. So there could have been something that happened that, like I said, has impacted you in a way where that you feel you're not as beautiful as you were before, you know, and you may be having to grapple with that and realizing like, and it may be, that may be part of the heartbreak, because you actually think that like, I am not, how can I compete with these other people, right? So like, how am I going to, why would someone want to be with me, right? So you're starting to question your self-worth. That's what this card is really about, is questioning your self-worth and being like, am I, am I even able to compete with these other people now because I have this, you know what I mean? Either, like I said, that could even, people could feel that way if they lost their business and that was like a status symbol for them. Not just a status symbol, that was their stability. That was their ability to come to a relationship and say, hey, I have something to contribute. I'm doing shit. I've got good shit going on. I'm a self-sufficient human, right? Like that does make people more attractive, because it's like, oh yeah, well, cool. You know what I mean? You've got your shit taken care of course. I mean, I feel like that's kind of important when it comes to, like, you know what I mean, being in a healthy relationship, right? So you want to be in a healthy relationship, and so step one is finding a healthy person, right? So you're feeling like, in a way, you're feeling like, well, you know, now I don't have what I had before, and so that's making me less attractive. 3 of Cups again. Okay, so here's what I want you to remember. And I think this is part of what this message is for who needed to hear it, you know? I'm starting to get that it's like, you have to remember that if you're not spending time around a lot of other people, and you're not really spending time talking to people who are experiencing the same thing as you, or, you know, talking to people and asking, you know, for their just their opinion, just being like, do you think anyone would date me? I know it sounds fucking sad, and it's like, I'm only laughing because it's like, it's so cute, because honestly, if I ever had a friend who asked me that, I'd be like, hun, like, yes, there will always be somebody who will love you just like you are, and nobody should tell you anything different. Be like, oh, well, it's gonna be harder. Well, yeah, no shit, numbnuts. Like, you don't need to say that to your friend, you fucking asshole. I'm sorry, but it's like, dating is hard enough. Like, it's hard for everybody for different reasons, and there's no reason to be like, oh, well, there's not very many people who, because it's like, shut your fucking mouth, first off. And second off, you don't know that. You're just making assumptions based on your bias and based on the fact that you think you know how society works, and society is shitty to people who don't fit the beauty standard. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm sorry, but you know what I mean? Yeah, people are shallow and shitty. Ace of Cups, dude. But seriously, it's like, this love is going to pour out from the universe and pour out from you, and it's like this love isn't going anywhere. Like I this is the kind of thing, like I said, people can disappear from your life, money can disappear, beauty can disappear, you know what I mean? Your future, your dreams, things like that can just be gone in an instant. Oh God, we get old, we die. I'm just I'm sorry guys, I'm just like, it's so, but okay, but the point is that there is this eternal place, okay? I truly believe this, guys. This is literally what has gotten me through some of my darkest times, is that there truly is this eternal place within you, and this eternal love that exists, that is for you also, you know. If you believe it for other people, you damn sure better believe it for yourself. And you're going to start to realize that you actually have everything that you need. The magician has everything they need to manifest everything they desire, everything that they want, right? So this is a thing. You're just going to start to realize, it's like, wait a second. I do have the power to continue, and I do have the power to get what I want regardless of this. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, all my friends ditched me because they're all fucking assholes. Sorry, they're assholes. You know, who ditches their friend just because they, like, aren't everything they used to be? People change, and things happen, and it's just not okay, you know? But the whole deal is, though, is that these people were never your friends anyway, and I'm not saying that, like, you know, I'm sure these people meant a lot to you, and I'm sure you meant a lot to them. I'm not saying that they just were never your friends. But if they didn't stick around, this was a clearing house. You know, I'm even seeing that with the Death card. Ooh, Nine of Wands in reverse. Cool. So here's what I'm getting, is that you may have been feeling very like guarded and defensive of yourself and feeling wounded, and you know, and I feel like you're coming to this place where you're starting to open up about it a little bit more, and I feel like you may be less defensive of other people, and you may realize, like, actually, like, I don't think everybody is gonna make fun of me, or everyone's gonna judge me or be shitty towards me. Like, I actually think that if I just move forward and I'm willing to make friends, willing to connect with people, right? Even though I'll be like, yeah, I'm a broke bitch, or yeah, you know what I mean? Fucking, you know, I can't go out and shake my ass with you guys anymore, you fucking bitches. Excuse my language. Oh, it's so fucked up. Just at least bring me some soup, dude. What the fuck? Oh, jeez. Anyway, so I feel like you're starting to come out of that, though, where you're like, yeah, this is what happened, but it doesn't mean that it has to define me forever. I don't have to be the wounded warrior forever, right? Okay, Spirit, why are these coming out? Yeah, this may have rocked your confidence, that's for sure, with the Queen of Wands in reverse. This could have rocked your confidence pretty hard, you know? I get it. I mean, at least I feel it. You've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Pentacles in reverse, right? So I'm kind of getting like, so I feel like even though in the past, this Three of Pentacles in reverse, that maybe there are people that you were working with, collaborating with, you know, breaking bread with, whatever, and those people are no longer in your life, right? That maybe you were sitting in this place of like holding on to what you had and being closed off, but it's in the reverse now. So it's almost like you're willing to peek your head back out there again, y'all. Like you're willing to, you know, willing to connect with other people, and you're like, yeah, it rocked my confidence and the way that I feel about myself, my self-worth, you know what I mean? But it's like, you have the willpower to move forward. Like you are more than it's just crazy. I just see you just being like, yeah, and what now? You know what I mean? That's just, you know what I mean? Like I just feel this a sense of acceptance almost, right? Like that's the clarity you're reaching, is like, okay, you know, I've been through the thick of it, and now it's like I learned something I didn't know before, and I feel like that is something that is like something that you can bring forward with you, that is like a how do I explain that? It's almost like it actually, believe it or not, is going to give you a competitive edge. And I know that sounds fucking crazy. Some of you guys are like, shut the fuck up, you don't know what you're talking about. But no, I'm literally getting, the Five of Wands came out, guys. Okay, this is about conflict and competition. I kind of covered through everything that came through that card, but that just came through just now, is that this actually could give you a competitive edge. And either because it's going to make you hustle harder, because you're like, fuck, I've got to rebuild everything I lost, so I've got to hustle really hard, or now I can go about things in a different way because I've learned something, or I actually learned something that I can build a business around, right? Or actually, and y'all, I know some of you guys are like, you may, I don't know if you're, I hope you're in a good place to hear this, but, and this is going to sound dumb, but it's like, it's because I see our culture changing, and I see so many people rallying around the marginalized and the, you know, forgotten and the disrespected and the, you know, I feel like the people who are not given enough just support, right? And we haven't built society to be more friendly to people with disabilities. Like, it's things like that where I feel like now our culture is changing in this like really big and beautiful way, and I see it happening, y'all. Okay, so I just want to say that you, if there's any of you who have had your mobility impaired or your appearance changed or something up to that degree that has changed your life, right? Then I really feel like that might actually give you some type of competitive edge here. And not saying because you'll be the token person that someone hires because you're, you know what I mean, disabled. That's not what I'm trying to say here. I'm saying that people are going to hear your story and they're going to want to support you. Or people are going to see how fucking passionate and badass you are, right? No, regardless of this thing that happened to you, and people are going to admire that. Like, this is something that I feel like is going to move people. Like, the way that it's moving me, y'all, like, I feel like this is actually going to give you some type of competitive edge because people are going to be more likely to listen to what you have to say. People are going to be even more likely to support you and to, you know what I mean, like your videos and give you love because they feel you, like they feel for you, you know what I mean? And it's not pity, it's admiration and being humbled and being like, wow, like this person deserves my appreciation. This person deserves my support. Like, you know what I mean? I'm the type of person, when I see content creators who are from marginalized communities, it's not because I pity them or I feel obligated. It's because I feel like they actually, like, I'm just like, wow, like you're putting yourself out there, even though it's like, obviously there's so many reasons to not put yourself out there, right? Because it's like, because we've got haters, we've got racists, we've got awful people who, you know what I mean, are like, that you could encounter, but people are still willing to put themselves out there. And when they do that, and they do that with love for themselves and with confidence, it's like the love just comes in. Like, people will find you. Like that. Remember I said you're going to figure out a way to make things come to you because you've got this magician card that came out. It came out a couple times, but talking about you have everything you need to manifest what it is that you desire, regardless of this thing that changed your life, okay? Right? That's really what this is. And this has just honestly been such a fucking real reading, y'all. And I really hope that it resonated with you and, you know, and meant something to you. If it did, seriously, like, I'm really humbled by this reading, and I feel like I learned a lot here. So I hope some of y'all did too out there, and I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. But if you would, I really appreciate it if you guys like my video, comment, subscribe, interact with it, share if you feel somebody could really benefit from this reading, and yeah, it really means a lot. And thank you again to my new subscribers if I didn't already say that, because it really means a lot that y'all are interacting with my videos and showing me that you appreciate my content. It really does fuel my fire. It brings me back to the table to do these readings for you guys, and so I'm gonna keep doing them. I really appreciate y'all. I've only been on YouTube for a little while now. I think it's going on 3 months. But I've been doing tarot for like over a decade. So bringing this gift to you guys is something that I, you know, have been really pushed by spirit to do. And so I couldn't ignore it anymore. So I kind of had to do this. So anyway, I love you guys. I do love doing this. If you need a dream interpretation also, I do offer that. So that information is in the description box below. It's sliding scale, so just, you know, holler at me and we'll talk about it. Also, I do leave my donation links below as well. If you want to drop me a donation, also means a lot to me. So thank you all again, and I hope to see you again next time.